Hello, Dr. Shaw here, and welcome to another episode of Teaching Humanity Remotely. Today I want to talk to you about self-love and what it looks like. So when I have self-love, it looks like I'm being devoted to my own growth, and I'm trusting myself to make the right decisions and handle whatever comes my way. So, when your child gets old enough where they can stay home alone, and they have a key to the house, and they're able to, you trust them, and you know that they can take care of certain things, or you have an older child who can take care of the younger sibling. How do we model for our children that we trust them? And if we don't, would they ever really feel secure with that new responsibility? I think it's very important that we model self-love. So what does it look like when I have self-love? When I have self-love, one thing I'm going to do is that when I make a mistake, I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm not going to speak down on myself. I'm not going to be derogatory and say, God, I'm so stupid. I wish I never did that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say, wow, today did I have a learning lesson? Boy. But I'm okay with that because I know all of life is about learning new things. And that's what keeps it exciting and interesting. And I forgive any mistake that I make because the mistake is the learning lesson. Everything we talk about on these podcasts, I'm going to model all of those moments that can seemingly be a struggle, but ultimately I really see as positive. Oh, I had an illness. I had the optimism and the clarity that I was going to get cured. So that which seemed kind of negative to have the illness was really something positive because I got cured, because I had a good attitude about it, because I did what I needed to do and I took my medicine. So I think that when we show our children that we have self-love by actually demonstrating and modeling everything we talk about during these podcasts, I think that we're teaching them to have self-love. It's not about it always being easy. It's not about it always being hard either. But what it is about is showing that when it gets hard, I know how to handle that. I can navigate the difficult waters and I can swim. And sometimes I could swim and it could look like, whoa, I'm really getting winded. And sometimes I can swim, and even though the waters are a little bit wild, it doesn't really matter because I'm still swimming with ease because I have self-love and I'm trusting myself. So I think it's really important to say, when you meet something that's difficult, you meet a bully at school, there are different ways that you can handle it. I trust you to be able to handle it. Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to review some strategies, some tools that can help you? How can I aid you? Do you need my help? Do you want me to call the principal or the teacher? Let's talk about that. But showing your child that as much as they are responsive, therefore being able to be responsible, which we've spoken about in previous podcasts, that you trust them and that you want them to trust themselves. Very, very important. And in that trust, you want to be able to say, you know what? I know that you can handle whatever is going to come your way. I know that you can handle it so well that when you feel like you're really limited and you feel like you can't do anything more, you know who to call, what to do, who to ask for help. So giving your child a lot of responsibility and letting them know that you believe that, you know what, you can't run the race for them. They have to run their own race, but you're going to be here giving them the best sneakers. You're going to be here giving them water when they need to rest. You're going to do everything you can, supporting and lifting, because you trust that they will know what their limitation is. Very, very important. So modeling self-love by having self-love. And again, I want to speak to just one little thing that, when we have self-love and when we're feeling that we can trust our instincts, that we can handle and we can overcome any obstacle, I also want to again speak to the fact that the better place that I am in emotionally, the healthier people I'm going to attract. And when I meet someone that needs help, I can have the compassion and I can have the energy to help them. But I'm not going to surround myself on a daily basis with people who are parasitic to me. When I am having a sense of well-being, I am going to attract people with a sense of well-being. And it's always nice to meet someone who's really healthy because it brings you up. And I want to continue to address that. In this world, when our kids are navigating friendships, sometimes you need a friendship out of convenience and you can know that it's not a great friend, but it has its purpose. That relationship has its purpose. it's a placeholder per se. It also allows you, every relationship allows some kind of insight and growth on your part. But it's okay to know, and very important, I think, in fact, to know that some relationships are healthier than others. And we can have relationships at school, let's say, that are good acquaintances, and we can have real friendships, and we will know the difference because the real friendships give us a sense of well-being. And those relationships that do not give us a sense of well-being, but sometimes we stay in, often we stay in for all the wrong reasons, of course, which is that we don't feel self-love, we don't have self-worth, we don't trust our instinct, and we don't feel like we could do better. So we settle, and then we're feeling unhappy. So let's remember all these social cues that are so important, and let's continue to be able to speak with our children. And did you hear the word I said with and not to? We're speaking with our children. We're sharing all the challenges that we continue to have in our social relationships in order to get a sense of well-being. That's what's so beautiful. No matter what age we are, we're all in this thing called humanness together, and we all get to practice our humanity daily. So until next time, please continue to practice your humanity and let me know how it's going by feeling free to write to me at learnwithmeremotely@gmail.com. Thank you. Until next time.